All right. What's up, fellas, man? Second episode of the day. I don't really know what we're going to talk about. We're probably going to talk about boyfriend number 2. Nah. I'll probably talk about,
We're going to do karaoke.
Yeah. We'll talk about carpool karaoke. Nah.
Man, fuck carpool karaoke.
Black people. See how they do you? Anyway.
Negroes.
Welcome to the cut. We have our normal cast of characters and Deke over here.
Just made
1/3 of a revealed name.
Yeah, just 1/3 of a revealed name. But no, Country Boy, I'm your host, producer. We got my man, Wicked Thurman, our resident political analyst.
How you doing?
We got the bad guy over here who is fighting to be everybody's bad guy.
Yeah, keeping 100 all the time, even if you don't like it.
Our current rebel.
Yeah,
without a cause.
Exactly.
Without a cause.
And then we got Deke over here who hanging out with us today.
Hello, how are you today? We are coming to talk about these subjects.
now we really on what's that shit? The show PBR. We're really on PBR now.
Exactly.
That's exactly who they'll have on it.
Come
I want to tell you about the coronavirus.
Show us his TED
originated
Talk.
in my company.
Come do our TED Talk. Now, so I guess we're gonna talk about Corona today. I really was trying not to keep it serious.
Deke's selling that out here on the market.
Where's the beer?
Exactly. How do you cure Corona? What they call it? Lyme, they say, with Lyme disease.
That's the way to get rid of it.
Yeah, anyway, do you guys have any general thoughts, anything on your mind? I have this written down here, this carpool karaoke. But you know why I wrote that down? Do you know why I wrote down carpool karaoke? Because I found out. Be white? No, I found out that shit was fake. It's fucking fake. They don't drive. They ride around on a goddamn trailer.
Seriously? I didn't know.
Serious. I am so serious. It is completely fake. He is not driving that car.
You talking about the little chubby white dude, right?
Yeah.
He look hurt.
The fucking green guy. Like when I saw
when Michelle Obama on there?
Yes.
Striking her off the ticket.
Oh,
you agree?
She on the fucking team.
It hurt deep.
Yeah, man. I like because I saw somebody who posted outside when they were filming it, and they showed the car sitting on the platform
and just
while with the guy inside and them being pulled, and I was like.
Like they not even the 4 wheels not on the ground nowhere.
Nah.
He like, but it's not.
No.
Like they're not even towing the car.
And to the defense, he was oversteering. He was doing a lot of oversteering. Like a lot of times, when you're doing the Hollywood drive, and they be like,
and you never really move the wheel that much unless you want to die.
Yeah, exactly. You've never steered your car like this.
And try that shit on the highway once, you won't do it ever.
You got one good time to
jerk the wheel.
Yeah, to jerk the goddamn wheel. Now I can't watch it. Like
it's not worth it.
Similar thing happened when I found out that like all of those radio shows when they do those prank calls, they call in that person and make those jokes and nephew Tommy's like that on Steve Harvey where he calls the people and like fucks with them.
Yeah,
they all know ahead of time. They consent.
Oh, seriously?
They have to consent.
Well, I figured you can get consent after the fact, like for them to be.
Nah, they have to because they be taking people's stroke levels.
Yeah. They have to consent before. In case, hey, Jay and Blue Ivy.
Man, what the fuck wrong with his hair?
Dude. Sorry.
No, that can't be right.
No, they had to consent beforehand.
How? But how do you get that same level of reaction?
Basically they say someone will play a prank on you. Are you cool with that? But you don't know when the time is coming.
When or what.
So then
but you do know.
They do get them, but like you have an idea that somebody is going to be fucking with you. Like,
you know somebody's going to be fucking with you. You don't know how they're going to fuck with you or what they're going to do, but you know something's going to happen. You have to consent to that.
So sad.
So
just took all the fun.
And since it's not like the Jackass crew, you really don't have to worry too much about.
Yeah, not too bad.
Having to assault someone, so
I mean, even though those guys have gotten.
Well, I'm talking about the OG ones when they first came out.
They got older.
Now since everybody
injuries.
Now since everybody does it now, you got to do some really extreme-ish to get the attention.
And I think that is part of the problem with a lot of these TV shows. And I was watching Brilliant Idiots, which
it's just so gonzo now. Like everything's too much.
Which has
you gotta be
Charlamagne
to get the
on there.
attention.
And Charlamagne said the worst thing that happened to SNL was the internet. There's nothing you could do on SNL is as entertaining as my phone. What's going on his phone at any given time.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with Jackass. Nothing these guys can do could ever be
people out there
the dumb
trying it
shit
now.
I see on my phone on a regular fucking basis.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, since everybody is putting out content, it's like hard
Well,
to
see now, but see,
And the bar
thing
so
is,
low. The entry level is like,
well, basically now the way to be quote unquote unique is actually just do stuff the old way. You notice how everybody used to release their seasons like all at once, and then nobody could actually know what the fuck was going on all at once, and now they just release them once a week, and everybody talks about it again. Like, and people think it's so brilliant, and it's like this is how TV always was.
and this is also exactly why they do it. Look at Zuri. This is exactly why they do that. It's because people.
I mean, people are cyclical.
People would binge watch your show and through a weekend and then forget all about your fucking show the next week. Your show was so disposable that I would binge watch it and like a movie and I'd be on something else the next week.
Release
now
slowly.
I can keep you slowly entertained and now you're talking about it from week to week. That's what the Mandalorian did. That's what kept the people engaged. Could you imagine had the Mandalorian drop all those episodes at once?
Right, but what I'm saying is like.
It works for certain shows because certain shows' popularity transcends whatever you
If
do.
you already got that popularity,
But you got some mediocre shits
Right.
that.
But
if your
got
show mediocre, you need to drop
and
all
you
that
release
shit
the
at
whole-
once.
Right. If it's mediocre and you drop it all at once, and I watch 2 episodes in the trash, did you benefit from not releasing once a week?
Right.
like
No.
which is pretty much
if you
every
release once a week,
Netflix show.
I can have hope that you might get better. Like if I see them all at once and I see Doodoo coming out, like, oh,
It's pretty much every Netflix show with the third season.
I'm the opposite on you with that because if you boo boo with your first episode, then you release it once a week.
I ain't watching.
no,
I'm
what
not
I'm
watching
saying,
the next
what
one.
I'm saying is, if you release them all, and I see one Boo Boo episode, they all gone anyway.
But
so.
no, what I'm saying is that if you release them all at once and the first one's boo boo, because I got all of them, I might keep watching.
You might.
But if you release a boo boo episode once a week, I'm not finna wait the next week to watch another episode.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You
Well,
only
no,
get,
you saying you might give it another shot.
no.
if they release
You're
them
saying
once a
if you
week.
see them all there, then you'll give it another shot.
Because
I'm
I
just
got
saying,
them all.
No, what I'm saying is, whether you send them all to me now once or I watch an episode, if I feel like it's a waste of my time and I don't see no possible redemption for you, it don't matter when you release it. That joint in the dumpster fire anyway.
I still give you a chance if I got all of
I
them.
see what you're saying because for me it just depends because I prefer to watch everything at once.
Yeah.
That's just me.
No, I mean,
Give me
it
some- give me
depends.
some
Like, if your
garbage,
time
right?
constrained in a certain way, it does make sense because you might not want to wait 2-3 weeks because you might not even know what you're doing in 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can see that, but
So you feel like you need to have the show to keep me engaged for those 2-3 weeks.
no, I'm just saying what'll happen is you could release them all, and I might even pace myself to do them once a week. But if you do it once a week, then it causes a sense of consistency, which is why people start following things. Because it's not
because we can all group up on social media
right.
and watch it
Because
together.
when
once a
you
week.
drop your Mandalorian episodes all at once, and I can't get to Baby Yoda until like 6 weeks from now, and then everybody already seen it and ruined the whole show for me. Like, I'll try to catch the next new thing.
you moved on. I
I
can
get that.
see it.
I get that. I mean,
But see, me, I binge
I mean, if
watch
you're actually a
anyway.
fan of it, then yeah, you'll do it anyway.
this is coming from a guy who never finishes anything. I start shows, and I have this weird quirk that I don't like to finish the show before this. I have another season coming up.
No, I know what you're saying, because then you're gonna have to sit up there and wait like 6-8 months before you can see.
So like, Better Call Saul is coming back. It's back out. The last season is out. Is out now. I just finished watching Better Call Saul, the last episodes, right before it came out. So I
you
had
didn't want to
something.
be disappointed.
I didn't want to be disappointed. Exactly. So I was just.
never watched Better Call Saul.
It's a good show.
I didn't. I liked Breaking Bad, and I was like, "There's nothing they could do that would be better than that." So I
It's
anything.
it's so different tonally that I really feel like they. It is a
That's
spinoff.
that's why I had
but they
the
are
tone
so
name like
different that I feel like you can't compare them. They are such different shows.
Buddy is basically like Saul. Dude is like it's about more a mood in a way.
Yeah.
like
Which
how
one
you
is Saul?
operate.
It's Saul, the lawyer.
The lawyer. Saul Goodman.
Like how you navigate
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do stuff
Another dude
above
is the
board or
cook,
below
right?
board.
The cook, like didn't it
Yeah,
end
that
with
was his
the,
lawyer.
when did the show end with him like
Breaking Bad
taking over
yeah.
the
No.
the thing? Because didn't he like released the dude that was following him, the security guy.
Spoiler warning.
And shit, it's on regular TV. So if
Wait, what are you
saying
talking
that-
about? Breaking Bad?
End of Breaking Bad.
I'm talking about the end of Better Call Saul. This last season,
The last season
when he went and got the drugs out the car wash or whatever.
Nah, the last season is when that guy, the German guy, tried to break out because he was homesick, wanted to go see his wife, and then the drug people could not trust him anymore, so they had to make sure they couldn't know about him building this cookhouse in the basement of this warehouse. So they took him out. The older cat. You remember the older guy? I can't remember his name, but yeah, that's what happened most recently. The thing about Better Call Saul is that if you watch Breaking Bad, you knew that he was this close to biting it almost every episode. He was this close to not making it. And Better Call Saul is not like that. It's more about his mood and his descent from being a decent person to being a full fucking scumbag. Like, I'm going from like, I do some shady shit to like,
I am the shade.
I am the shade. I am all shade all the time. I'm a fucking asshole. And it's really good because the way the show is written, you kind of identify with him. You understand how he got to this point. You know what I'm saying? And a good show will make you feel bad for even a guy.
It's like there comes a point in like your development as a human where you get so nuanced to where you actually can understand the motives for, not that you would do it, but you can understand the motives of why someone would do some crazy shit.
Yes.
Like,
and that's what happened with him. It's like you watch it and you're like, oh, I see how you got here. That makes sense. Like, that totally makes sense.
I might feel like that too.
Yeah, one day I might fucking feel like that too.
Except I don't want to live in jail for the rest of my life.
So I got a question for you guys. We're going to NBA question since we're watching the fucking NBA. Recently Draymond and Charles Barkley got into it a little bit. So Draymond got tossed from the same game that
the triple single.
Yeah, triple single.
Oh God!
The same game that Steph came back for. Draymond got tossed in the second, and Charles Barkley said that he's on what did he say?
He got another.
Draymond talked too much since he's averaging. He don't talk that much since he's averaging a triple single.
Oh no! What Draymond said to come back,
but no,
was even better.
This is what we coming. This is why.
Go ahead, tell all.
This is what we getting at. We what we getting at. So he was like, he talked too much for a guy that ain't shit without his boys, without people behind his back.
Right.
And then Draymond said that he can't criticize me because basically I'm coming for your job sooner than you expect. I'm smarter than you are. I was a better player than you are because I have rings. Basically, because I won championships and you didn't. You can't compare me. You can't.
That's a big argument.
What was the exact quote? It was like no rings can't talk or
something like that.
Oh, okay. So that's
you can't sit at my table or something to that effect.
Oh, okay. So that's my boy.
He talks all that stuff. When he got, that's a Charles Barkley. He talks all that stuff when he got them other boys with him. Now that he out there and has to fight for himself, he don't want to play. Give me a break. Y'all better quit telling me who I can and can't play. I know who can play. This is him talking about Draymond. And then Draymond mentions that he can't talk basketball with me either. He not smart enough, not qualified, no rings, can't sit at this table.
Yeah, that's what it was. No rings, can't sit at this table. And I was like, ooh.
That don't even sting to me. That don't. Because basketball is so. If you in the league, it's so like, bro. Like if you get put on the wrong team and the stuff just don't work out for you, you might get one.
I think we need. I think we need to talk about the fact that Charles Barkley is 11-time All-Star.
And he actually
he's great.
But hold on, but he actually won something called the MVP award. Like, like if you're
like
not valuable enough, if you're not valuable enough to even have the league recognize you as such, then you can't talk.
The thing is that Shaq has used that same line on Charles before.
Shaq got MVP.
But with Shaq, it worked.
I mean,
with Draymond Green,
Shaq is also
Shaq can do it because he's one of the greats.
Right.
I was going to say he's like one of the greatest of all time.
Because
that's truly
great role player.
Yeah,
Shaq is
and Charles Barkley is also one of the greatest of all time.
He's one of the greatest of all time.
But
like you can't.
Yeah.
But I was illustrating how for some people that argument works. For other people,
they love that. But then when you say, "Well, Robert Horry," then they get mad at you. Like, bro, like if you gonna use the rings argument, you got to.
No. Like, not Robert Horry. Adam fucking Morrison. Adam fucking Morrison. Adam Morrison got what? 3, 2?
Hell, Danny Green is about to be in the same league. Because remember he got 3 with the Spurs, and he got 1 with the Raptors, and he could possibly win 1 with LeBron. But again, I'm saying Shaq can make the argument because he has something else.
But
to validate
even without
him.
all that stuff, like,
But
and when it comes down to who you are
cannot.
as an actual basketball player, like, you still ain't in the league. You ain't even in the league with Charles as a basketball player. Like, we can skip all the rings and awards and everything else.
What I would give Draymond credit for is he is not lacking for fucking confidence. He, in his mind,
he a ball player too, though. Now.
I'm
not saying he's sorry.
We can't say he sucked now.
No, I'm not saying
Draymond
that. I'm just saying, don't say the Charles Barkley opinion don't count because versus him. Are you serious?
I'll be real with you though. If he talking shit, you gotta talk shit back. Though,
I feel like
I do agree with that.
Yes, he is a baller, but I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that he's averaging 8, 6, and 5
triple single
per game.
But because I'm not saying that Draymond Green can't have an argument with.
I was saying the weight of your opinion.
I'll be honest
with
you. If you don't play on the team, we got to check. You're gonna average 8, 6, and 5.
I would say that Charles Barkley did not have this problem. Charles Barkley would have been Charles Barkley on this team, current prime Charles Barkley
on this team.
This ain't prime Draymond Green either, though, right?
Which is even worse.
Prime Draymond Green could not handle prime Charles Barkley.
Wait a minute. So that means that Draymond Green's his prime
the dude
was
that
what,
went
like
head to head with Mike
78
in the finals
years?
is not, Draymond can't handle that.
That's all I'm saying.
We say that, but
Draymond
like you say,
Green's
it's
prime was
different.
what, about 6 to 8 years?
You got to respect both. The league different.
Charles Barkley never averaged less than 14 points a game.
But Charles Barkley had a team.
No, he didn't.
I mean, even
he
on
basically carried that
even on his
Suns team to the championship.
73 win team ain't a team.
Huh?
And you average 8 points. Like he
well, that ain't the team really he's playing on right now.
Wait, which one of those Phoenix
But the team he on right
made
now,
it
he
to the
should
championship?
Huh?
Didn't Barkley go to the championship?
But how do you eat when you don't play? They got to go.
Didn't he go to the championship and lose though?
Yeah, he carried a Phoenix team to the championship.
Right. Who was on that team? The Phoenix Suns team that he carried to the championship. Who was on that squad?
Yeah, KJ.
Hang on.
I mean, like we're struggling to find. But if you turn around and say, who was on Draymond Green championship team? Steph Curry, Kevin Durant.
Well, we ain't talking about rings though. We talking about garbage team. So who on this team with Draymond right now?
It doesn't matter. What we're saying is that Charles
other
Barkley,
than Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson was on that team.
Okay.
I mean, he is
One Marley on there.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, Cedric Sabalas, Danny Ainge.
Yeah, but really,
I mean,
KJ and Chuck.
It wasn't a terrible team.
It's
but
more.
it was not.
It's more. He was pulling more weight than what that shows on there.
Yeah. Basically, that's what we're saying.
One night he had to go for 50 something against Mike, wasn't it? Because they went back and forth.
And so the argument that we're making is not that
I don't think
Draymond
Green.
Green.
Well, my thing.
But that's what we're saying. We're not making the argument that Draymond Green
I ain't saying he
can't
Charles
talk.
Barkley.
But we're saying is Draymond Green really doesn't have the right to talk.
No,
he helped them boys.
I don't say that. I'll say he don't got the right to say.
He wasn't Steph for play.
He ain't got the right to say that Charles has no business saying nothing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's where you tripping. Like,
but you got to say that.
I mean, you got to talk.
How you like Steph? You can't like Steph with Charles. You know, I kind of understand. No, nigga, I got rings and you don't.
Yeah, but what we're saying is that his argument holds no weight, though.
He do got rings, and he
now because like with me, I agree with
that's really the only argument
some of the stuff that he was saying.
If Charles Barkley had a ring, he would have had to shut the fuck up. He would have had no argument. If Shaq
that's why it's not actually an order.
If Shaq was like, he averages a triple single, he would have had nothing.
Actually, Shaq has said that same crap about
and he would
Draymond
not
Green.
fucking. There's nothing you can say.
Kenny Smith probably had said the same stuff about
him. Kenny Smith had said that he would try to go with Kenny Smith because he feel like he'd be better than Kenny Smith, even though you could argue differently. Kenny Smith could ball, could hoop. I honestly think it's about comparable in terms of role play.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But did he win a ring though?
Yeah, he got two.
So like he's got exactly. So I'm like,
well, Houston.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is that Draymond Green picks somebody who he actually has something
an argument with to go
right to go at. He didn't go at none of the other cats that had a ring because there was nothing else he could stand on.
Bro, MVP is enough for you to be like, okay.
I feel like MVP.
If you win MVP in the league
on the same level. If I got an MVP and you got a championship ring, we here. We got that.
Yeah, because
that match.
For you to be the best person out of 450 people
in a league full of 1%ers, like I'm the best player in the league. In a league full of people.
So wait. So you giving James Harden credit for his MVP?
I feel like an MVP and a ring are on the same level.
Because we were having a debate of why come James Harden isn't considered the greatest player on the planet.
We're talking about his playoff performance.
Considering the amount of points that he puts up.
Right, but other people actually have the MVP and the ring.
You want to know what's garbage about talking about his playoff performances when he still averages 30 points a game during the playoffs?
Nah, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about when it happens. He start getting tired. So every time, like
if you carrying the team for 72 games, you don't.
But when you got other people carrying the team,
chucker.
Who?
He's also a chucker too.
When you shoot, it's because a cumulative effect of shooting 30 points. I think shooting 30 every night is why he be tired.
A lot of what happens,
which he chooses to do,
is that the perception of James Harden, the perception of his game that he that he does like bullshit. You drive to the hole. Trying to force contact, doing a lot of
who in the league don't do that?
No, I'm just
no. We talking about the excessive level.
This, but the most egregious offender in the league.
You know how you stop it? You know, they said this shit about the football. You know, stop him from scoring. Stop fouling him.
That ain't how basketball referees work. That's not the reason.
Okay,
like if basketball referees wouldn't call like the most random stuff, then it'd be different. But it's not contained enough for that.
So are you saying that we should give James Harden more credit?
Yeah, I think he gets. Okay. I think he's the most over-criticized player in the league.
He is.
But he actually.
No. I'm not saying he's not balling, but I'm saying like, when I see them fail, he usually start getting ultra tired. Like,
because everybody else got to play the whole season too.
With him and Giannis, got help.
No, because
the people y'all compare him to is LeBron James, Steph Curry, people that got help.
But bro, when LeBron didn't have no help,
he didn't win. When he didn't have no help, he didn't win.
And he got judged the same, bro.
He didn't win the championship.
He didn't win,
but he still carried some sorry ass teams to a championship.
And honestly,
he probably would have. No, I'm talking about the championship. Yes, he carried.
Had Harden not went up against
the 2007.
I'm not. He probably would have
Cavaliers to the finals.
And they won. They beat who?
How did he not go against Golden State?
Because
did they get swept?
No, I don't think they got swept. I think they won like 2. I think it was like 4-2. But that team sucked ass. I mean, it was a horrible team. Name one person off that team.
But then again, you say. But then that's Antoine
Jameson was on the squad.
But wasn't the knock that he was coming out of the East beating people that didn't have a team either way? He was just the best team out of the East.
Not
LeBron?
Not when that happened.
No,
LeBron.
He's talking about the first time he
LeBron took his team to the Eastern
East?
Conference Finals 7 years in a row, and they were D-League level without him.
But he was.
We're talking about the.
They did come back and win like 50 games the next season.
No, I'm talking about the Cleveland Cavalier team, the first one.
And
that team,
all that other kind of stuff.
Sucked. That
like
team,
the best team he probably played that 1 year was Detroit, right?
Nah, we talking about
the
No.
That was. I think that was
the year they got smashed by the Spurs. That's what we're talking about.
That was a Derrick Rose Bulls won it. That was when Derrick Rose actually knees worked. I think he was in there. I can. You talking about?
He went there, didn't he? He was like, "Whoa!"
You talking about against other one-player teams?
Talking about his knees.
No, I mean like there was like a prime Joakim Noah and people like that. There were like
Joakim Noah had a prime.
Yes, he did.
He was good. No, he was actually good.
He was really good for like this long.
He had 2 years. He had 2-3 years.
It was about a 4 or 5 year span.
Well, he was really good.
But the 2-3 years,
he got hurt.
It was 2-3 years. You actually had to plan for him for real.
Yeah, he was a 2-time All-Star.
I remember I don't remember no years. Maybe one season, maybe 2. All right,
he was a 2-time All-Star.
But I mean, everybody's all-stars these days.
No, everybody ain't no all-star. I can count 5 people off of the Lakers
off the screen.
Exactly, who ain't all-stars. The only all-stars you got out there is LeBron, Kawhi, Paul George, and Anthony Davis. The rest of those guys are not.
Ain't Green? Who's this other dude right here?
We ain't
talking about rookies now.
Nah, ain't nobody else out there all-star.
No. You talking about Montreal Harris? No. Ain't Kuzma out there? No.
Nah. I thought Kuzma got a.
I mean, like that's what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people who aren't all-stars. So to make an all-star team really means something. It means something to make an all-star team.
I mean, I think we need to also mention that B.J. Armstrong made an all-star team. So anyway, moving on. Mo Williams.
That one
And
year,
Mo
He
Williams.
had
Hey,
one
that
good
one year he
season.
was special.
You can have one special season.
But what you're saying is,
in
though,
you.
in today's league, past 8 years, you had to have at least 3 All-Stars
To win?
Yeah.
And that's what we were saying. That's what we were saying
not
about
really.
Harden.
The
Harden would probably
championship,
been
right?
to a finals
The last 3
had he
champions.
not went up against
No.
that buzzsaw that's Golden
So-
State.
Toronto
last-
only had one All-Star.
Toronto?
Yeah, they only had one
I thought they
All-Star.
had 2.
No, just
Wasn't Lowry didn't go?
Yeah.
Lowry, and
I thought they had 3.
Okay.
Because I know Kawhi is All-Star now.
But
Siakam was an All-Star this season.
But he didn't win.
He didn't go last year. So they had Siakam, who is now an All-Star, and they had Lowry, who went.
Wait, are you
and-
counting guys who were All-Stars but weren't that particular year, or are we just saying they had to be All-Stars?
Maybe they was All-Stars all along, but you just missed out on it. You don't know what happens. But here's the thing. At least 3, right?
I have been to an All-Star game. Is that what we're
And
saying?
on the championship
or,
teams.
Or are we saying they are current All-Star?
Current or been, but they...
Okay, so they
but
had
on the
to at
champion.
some point in some shape or
In some
form
shape
be
or
an
form, they was an
All-Star.
All-Star. And they got a ring now, right? On these last 10
we're
championship
not gonna
teams.
act like James Harden didn't have Dwight Howard when he was still All-Star. He
The
done
Dwight
had other
Howard?
people.
Dwight
he
Howard was
still-
an
he was
All-Star.
still-
At some point he was, but in
No, I'm
Orlando.
saying when he got to Houston, he wasn't completely busted.
He wasn't
Oh,
busted
man.
up yet.
Anyway,
He's playing the same.
I guess we're
people
gonna move the hell on since we're circling this drain.
Yeah.
No, he got a chance this year because he got Russ. Like he got decent enough
I mean, but
firepower.
he had guys before.
No,
but he got
ain't
the right.
he ain't got a chance.
He got the other kind of person that'll be like, give me the fucking ball.
No.
No,
the
but
problem is these people you
Chris
watching on the
Paul?
screen right
Oh
now.
yeah, that's over. Yeah, I wasn't talking about
That's
them
the
beating
problem you got
them
right now.
No,
Them two-
No, we talking about Houston and James Harden. We ain't talking about what's gonna happen.
That's the problem we got right
Yeah.
there. These people that's on
we
the
watching
problem
the previews of the remix right now.
The problem is that the Houston Rockets are never a complete team, in my opinion. They have never put together a complete team.
Well, you got to blame GM for that one.
I
I mean, people like to blame D'Antoni, but he ain't the one swapping out these people and picking them. Like,
right. So for me, James Harden has never been part of a truly complete team. And anytime he's been
Sam
close,
Presti fucked that
they pretty much destroy it and try to rebuild it. And
They ain't got no center now, right? They playing small ball.
yeah,
There.
and it's not gonna work.
PJ Tucker doing it. They got out rebounded by the Knicks by 30 rebounds, something
Oh,
absurd.
yeah. They were like what 7 for 48.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work with them
Like
At all.
You give up 30 rebounds to either one of them,
Nah,
that's like
LeBron might get 20 rebounds on you. If you got PJ Tucker as your center.
dog. You gonna have Anthony
Matter of
Davis
fact,
out there with him?
the Lakers could probably run small ball with LeBron as their center and be better at it
then you will.
than they would. Anyway,
Bucket.
we're gonna move the fuck on.
Wait, did we ever answer the question? Wait, what?
What's the question?
What was the question?
Or did we just?
We
Was there a
talking
question?
shit. I don't even know.
Anyway.
Wait, I thought we started out talking about Draymond.
Well, we're gonna summarize before we go away.
Like-
we're gonna summarize.
Draymond is an asshole.
Draymond's a fucking asshole. He can't talk shit to Charles Barkley. If he brought that shit to any other person with a ring,
He
or
didn't.
any other person on TNT, he probably not qualified to talk to him.
He's not qualified because he ain't got no MVP.
Wait, except for
No, he not.
Wait, except for Ernie.
Yes,
You can talk to Ernie.
Except for Ernie.
You can
Ernie's
talk
the
to
only
Ernie.
person.
Ernie
he
off
can-
limits. Like that's
Yeah.
you
He's
can
not
start
basketball.
WW3. You say
Exactly.
shit about Ernie. You better calm down. Like
Well, look, he's a champion by proxy. Is that what it is?
Hey, man.
You sit next to Shaq.
Ernie
He got
like
like
the constable,
5.
dog.
You
Like
see?
he's like the old granddaddy. You just
Yeah.
like don't do nothing to him. Like what's wrong with you?
Yeah. So Draymond's an asshole. He don't have the qualifications to really go at even Charles, because Charles is fucking MVP, and well, at least I feel like MVPs and championships are at the same level. That's just me.
That's just you.
Just me. Anyway,
So now can we talk about who is actually an NBA All-Star? I mean MVP candidates, or are we just not done with NBA?
I mean, it's only like legitly got a chance to win 2 of them.
Who do you feel
and
like?
it's really
You
only
know
going to be
what?
Giannis.
We here
so,
now. Whatever.
That's what I
man.
was saying. Are we going to? Do you want to stay
Who
or
do
you
you
want to
think-
go?
who-
Stay
nah.
or go?
Do you want to talk about the coronavirus, or do you want to talk about NBA MVPs?
NBA MVPs.
Didn't
You,
we start with the coronavirus?
you.
We know we never talked about it.
I thought you
We
said.
talk about infectious
I thought you
disease.
told your joke about how to cure it with Lyme disease.
he did, and, then
And
we
that was enough
switched to
talking
other
about
subjects.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
moved
really?
on.
Do you really want to talk about the coronavirus? Is that what you're saying?
I guess we need to
Wash
throw
your
some
hands,
stats
don't
out
dig in
there.
your ass. You'll be all right.
Did y'all see that video of the lady talking about the coronavirus and then she licked her finger and turned the paper? So like you got to stop touching your face and your eyes, and then she licked her finger and touched the paper.
Bro, you're not
This is
going
why we
to
need to
stop
talk
touching.
about that shit.
You're not
Okay,
gonna-
so
you're not going to
talking
stop
about you.
touching your face. It's a human thing, dog. Like
before we start, 110,000 cases in the world.
how many deaths?
4,000.
And that's
It's I think
How many billions of people on the earth?
Are we at like
7
we're at 8,
billion
ain't it?
people.
I thought we was at
Is it
8.
closer to 8?
I thought we was at 8.
8 billion
Okay,
people.
when it comes to these
Ooh,
diseases,
can I say an interesting
literally
side
only
fact?
have.
Go ahead.
Ooh, interesting side fact. Do you know that the world population will double probably in the next 20 years?
It probably won't.
That's what they're
We're
claiming.
gonna crowd ourselves out and disease ourselves out. We're good.
That's the hope.
No, that's what actually nature does.
Wait, did I say hope? Did I
Like
mean that?
between
Anyway.
us and Mother Earth being like, fuck 50,000 of y'all and 100,000 of y'all right here. I think
so
we're good.
is that what you see? Is that what you see? Because like I say that throughout history we've had what I call mass extinctions of the human race.
Correction.
But you gotta
correction.
right.
Wait a
but
minute. I'm not trying to say anybody needs to be corrected. We're all human
no,
beings.
no.
This
Like-
shit is unbiased now.
like
Anybody can
you
get
gotta
it.
sit and look like
It's unbiased. It don't matter if
Earth
you're black
does
or
a
white.
correction on itself, right? Like all them deers out there, then wolves show up, they eat them all. Then when it ain't no more deers, all the wolves die and deers come back, bro. So
But
for
yeah.
us out here doing all this dumb shit,
All it takes is
So
an
that's
earthquake.
messing up the water we need
So
to drink and this and that.
that's what
oh,
I'm
it's plenty
saying.
of us about to go.
So you're saying it's time for a mass extinction?
No, not for a mass.
extension. I
It
think
ain't gotta be
extinction is the
mass.
wrong word because
Yeah, I think
extinction.
extinction is probably the wrong word.
That's drastic. That's saying all.
No, it doesn't mean
I
all.
think-
It's just it's a large population basically. Because think about it again. You go back. We had like the
We've
what was it
never
called?
really- we've
The
never really
swine
had-
flu. No,
But,
not the
yeah,
swine flu.
but to go
I'm sorry.
extinct,
Other than the Black Plague,
The Ebola, bubonic plague.
other than the bubonic plague, we've never had anything that like
Well,
lowered the
only
human
thing-
population significantly.
Yeah, even Spanish flu wasn't that bad.
No. You know, the bubonic plague
how's that
significantly lowered the human
No,
population.
the bubonic plague basically about wiped out Europe. Like,
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but see, but that's
all
what I'm
because you
saying.
don't want to
So,
wash your ass, man.
yeah.
so are you saying
Still,
that we're
to
due?
this day.
We're,
Seriously.
we're due for a good cleansing of some of these
No,
motherfuckers?
I don't think so.
No,
I just,
I don't-
the way I see it, it be happening all the time if you really just pay attention.
in
Like,
small ways.
like
Yeah. No,
people
be
get
doing
wiped
it-
out
we be
by the
doing it
tens
to
of
each
thousands
other.
almost all the time.
Here's the thing. What this shows is the fact that the world, the United States, is super unprepared for a
Everything?
serious pandemic. Like this right here, this shit here is like a pandemic light or
But-
like a
but-
test run of some real shit.
Yeah,
I've been thinking that. I'm
But-
like,
It's like a test run
oh,
for
so
real.
y'all
Like,
gonna flip
the
out and
question
go
is,
buy
who-
brand
like
new
you think this is
cars.
scary? Like, let's do this. Let's give the coronavirus ability to move
Airborne?
and
Bro,
with
can I
like
tell you-
Ebola. Mix Ebola and the coronavirus, and now you're like,
The only
we
thing
gonna die.
that ever happened in this country that made me be like, what the fuck, was when you could open up an envelope and anthrax would take your ass out immediately. Like, other than that, like,
yeah, hey.
I ain't never been nervous except for
But-
that shit.
I mean, speaking on
get anthrax.
strictly for stats and fucking
Shits and
coronavirus,
giggles.
most of the coronavirus is affecting people who are over 30, who are 30 and up. So
And immunocompromised and old, right?
Well, it's not even just the old. It's people over 30. For some
Right.
reason, people in their 20s and teenagers, it's only 1% of the total cases.
Because your body's different than and your lungs and organs and everything. So
But people in that like over 60,
Yeah, so I thought
them boomers, y'all ass need to be worried. Stay in the fucking
I
house.
thought it was like the flu. I thought it was like over 60 and under 20 that was catching.
Nah.
I thought it was
no,
middle.
see, when I look at these
Nah.
diseases and little kids don't get it,
Babies are so low right now that they don't even have good stats on.
But they ain't going outside like that.
Yes, but they do go to school. They are around a lot
Like
of people.
preschool?
They are, yeah, they are around a lot of
Daycare?
people. They're
The flu eating
sanitary.
Yeah, but the flu eating that coronavirus ass up though. So
Dude,
bro, I would be more.
kids will be
concerned about
far more
influenza
susceptible
than that.
to
That's
to
what
the
I was
flu,
saying.
to the coronavirus because they're around a lot of people, and that cleanliness is
Okay.
probably due to,
So-
and they're probably wiping their face, and they should be much higher than the stats show.
So, first, we got to be clear about something. Everybody keep calling it corona. It's SARS. That's what it is. It's just SARS 2.
Yeah, but if we call it SARS,
No,
the reason why
literally,
you haven't. No, the reason why we
I know they
don't call
renaming it that.
We renamed it because that shit's fucking confusing.
Right, but see, the common cold is a coronavirus too. So just with that in mind, you got to think like, okay, they're telling you what type of virus it is, and just because they don't know what's going on doesn't necessarily mean that it could be as awful as everybody's making it out to be. But even if it is, if you ain't got no way to fix the shit, and you got to do this, why the fuck are you making everybody panic?
Because
like dog.
Because
they ain't gonna change their fucking habit.
We've had this argument before, and this argument hinges on the fact that 24-hour news has to report.
It's like the paranoia channel, dog. Like,
yes. So like,
I guess the difference between it and the common cold, because the common cold has no cure, but the common cold really don't kill you.
Actually, it kills old people.
Yeah,
but it normally morphs into the flu, though, right?
No, the common cold kills old people. But like, we're talking about really old, decrepit people.
Yeah, but I thought because their immune system was so low, it goes flu-like, right?
No.
Not like, flu-like.
But no. You get the symptoms of infection.
You get a fever and you die, right?
Yeah. So yes, if you're talking just overarching,
right? But this thing right here,
right?
You get this.
No, you get this, bro.
You finna kick the bucket,
bro. You get this, and this thing incubates in you, and then you get the symptoms like you would for any other time you get sick. And then if you immunocompromised, which is mostly why old people and people with diseases are dying, like most diseases. Like, bro, like I think the problem is people don't understand the pathology of diseases. So just when someone says a disease and they say some folks died, then people are like, we's gonna get it. And then, but bro, you got to really sit there and think about some of this stuff sometimes. Like when you walk outside every day, every disease is out there.
I mean, but you're human.
Yeah, you're going to at some point you're going to be lowered and you're going to be open to it. Yeah. Which is why, sadly, we got to tell people to wash their damn hands. Like, bro, like the Center for Disease Control, like all that mask shit and everything else ain't gonna do nothing for you. Wash your damn hands.
And hand sanitizer is not washing.
And everybody is out here buying masks and doing all this other fuck shit for no reason. It's crazy
because they don't. everybody think it's airborne. I guess.
Yeah, but the thing for me is like you got to breathe air. You got to breathe them. You got to breathe air.
No, my mask is also does not permit antimicrobials from penetrating.
It actually creates a worse environment because it's muggy in there where diseases get better. Like,
what you saying?
If you're supposed to wear one if you off there coughing and giving off disease, so you don't get other people. But to actually wear it all the time, you creating a moist
I saw
environment for that shit.
Tarjay with one on,
bro. It's out of hand. Like I came to work and somebody was like, back in then they had that shit on. I almost pointed and laughed at them. Like.
Well, see, I wouldn't do that because you never know. They might be wearing it for the reasons that it's supposed to be. You never know. They might actually be sick and be considered.
But actually seeing this person and like having seen them around the building before, it was like,
you don't need this.
Stop watching TV. Stop watching TV.
You watch too much news.
20-somethings only account for 8% of the total cases. Teenagers only account for 1%, and people younger than 9 only account for like 0.9% of total cases. Of the mortality rate, is about 2% of people who contract this disease die. Mm-hmm. If everybody in the United States got the coronavirus, that's about 6 million people or so, which is still a lot. But these numbers are never going to be where you think they are, and they're probably going to continue to be less than the flu. In getting the normal flu. Now, if you're a fucking boomer, you might want to be a little worried. You might want to be a little worried.
Yeah, because you on blood pressure meds, you got diabetes, and you still gonna eat all the fried food the doctor told you not to. So you ready? You ready for the virus, bro?
You ready? Yeah. You ready for it?
And what they don't talk about, people who already have other diseases.
Yeah,
or
now that makes sense to me. But
like high blood pressure, diabetes, they are far more likely to end up. Getting seriously sick.
Your body can't defend itself when it's trying to just work.
Yeah, exactly. We got here just struggling.
Shit, I'm just trying to make it today. Like.
Men and women, though, they're about the same. So men and women are about just as likely to contract the coronavirus. Now, what's been interesting is the low reported case of the coronavirus in Africans, because you would think the conditions would be right in some African countries for the pandemic to spread, and it's like, nah, we good. We good over here, player. Nah, we good over here, playboy.
Bro, you got the listen. Everybody can be all kumbaya or this or that, but different bodies built different ways, and different stuff affect them. It's different stuff don't. Like when Ebola came out, they had the cure with the quickness, but it only worked on certain folks and not others because their body's different. Like all the medical standards are set as base standard. They use white women, and then everything after that. So when they tell you your results are off, they off because your whole sets are completely different. So a lot of times they'll tell people they got like messed up iron or this or that, and it's perfectly fine because your baseline is a lot different than someone else's.
Interesting.
with you having a natural suntan, it's a little different.
So what you're saying is
Natural suntan.
is that everybody different, things affect them differently. You can't say, oh, I want to know why these people not getting it, and why am I sick and this nigga not sick, basically.
Yeah, like when Ebola came out, people was getting paranoid. Like, man, see, they got the cure and it worked on her, but it didn't work on her. They didn't go in the lab and say, hey, it'll work for her, but not her. This or that. It's like, hey, this is how human cells work. We think this will work, but it's like, oh, there's something different about you that it won't work in your body a certain way, or this or that. And that's just the way you build. That's why our hair is different. That's why some people's eyes different or this or that. Some people can stay outside longer. Yeah. Some people it hurt their eyes. Some people it don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends.
It makes sense.
Right, that makes complete fucking sense.
And that's the reason why, my friends, exercise is your best friend.
Yeah, well,
build
you should
a strong body.
That and stay vitamin C'd up. If you don't want the flu, stay vitamin C'd up.
Yeah.
But you good luck convincing people to do stuff like that. Because I love my fried food.
Well, I'll see you at the crossroads.
You're going to look real cute on the t-shirt.
Man, I miss my homies. My Master P playing in the background.
And I'm going to miss everybody. And I'm going to...
Don't know.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Man, hey, I tell you what, though. The first time everybody saw that video and dude hit dude and his eyes went black, everybody was like, I got to turn this shit off.
That was
like,
I can't watch this.
That was fucking scary.
I was like, what?
Nah, you good.
We was like, huh?
So
what you got now, homie?
No, I was going to ask you if you felt like this was do you feel like this is media hype?
Yeah, it is. But but again, that's what 24-hour news gives you. It gives you a horse race on everything, and some things just don't need to be a horse race.
How about this though? What if it's not media hype? What is it? What if it's really them getting out in front of something that could be serious?
No.
The numbers don't really reflect. The numbers.
Right, but the thing is, the numbers don't reflect because you're out in front of it, right? You're telling people, hey, this shit's out there.
I feel like there's a difference between hype and preparedness, and when everything you do is about this, but there's no new developments whatsoever, you hype it.
Still talking about it.
Like, not necessarily being like, hey, to prevent disease, you know what I'm saying, you need to do this. We still don't know what this is, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, here's the latest. The same shit as 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. They'd be like, another person died.
We got another case.
But also, that's us. That's technology, right? It's not 20, 30 years ago. Right now, you got technology. You up the minute on technology while you outside walking around. But you can't help it. You carry that cell phone in your pocket, so you up to date all the time.
But why do you need?
But why do you need?
But why do you need updated stats on the number of cases? Like, really? Why do you need?
Because you have access to everything nowadays.
But why do you need?
Right?
It ain't that you need it. It might not be for you. It might not be for them. Like you say, I don't know what the latest numbers on it is.
Then that's hype.
The information is out there. They got to keep posting.
But that's hype then.
But they keep. What I'm saying is they keep posting information because they can.
And that's hype.
How is it hyping? It's just we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Yes, they got plenty. There is plenty of other stuff that they can talk about.
They can influence masses of people at once. That's the only issue.
What is the bad influence in telling you to wash your motherfucking hands?
That's the thing. They're not telling you to wash your hands.
Because then you got the president coming out being like, oh, no, it's straight. Don't worry about it. And then you got the Center for Disease Control being like, listen, this is serious.
Completely different fucking information.
Well, hey, we can't make up for stupidity. This dude just.
I understand that, but when you say.
But everybody else is saying, wash your motherfucking hands.
Right, but psychologically.
Here's the funny thing about that.
When he's in charge of the country and he's in charge of the center.
You think we're running out of soap? No, we're not running out of soap. People buying fucking hand sanitizer and Clorox
wipes. Washing your hands.
That is not washing your hands. Wash your motherfucking hands.
Ain't nothing on your hands. Alcohol will kill. But when you got something on your hands, all you're doing is making alcohol dirty. Calm that down.
Say what?
When you got like debris on your hand and you hit it with the hand sanitizer.
I thought hand sanitizer was the after effect. Like you may go rinse your hands or something. Where if you like you say debris. Of course, you got to wash your hands with some goddamn water and soap. But if you just
after you've already washed your hands
and touched a few things, I'm like, you know what?
After you wash your hands with water and soap, and then you put hand sanitizer, all you doing is drying your skin.
Water and soap is for debris. Like I got mud, grime, and shit on my hands. Hand sanitizer is the in between.
What we're talking about is the people who have replaced washing your hands with hand sanitizer.
You cannot do that. That's impossible.
People are doing it.
People doing it.
How do you get debris off your hand with saying hand sanitizer?
And this, friends, is why we have outbreaks of diseases.
Do you not hear this whole discussion we just had about people who put the cat print in the cookies?
I have literally seen people in the bathroom use the restroom and walk by.
Squirt.
We'll walk by the sink and the soap and the water, and we'll hit the hand sanitizer on their way out the door. Walk right by the soap and water.
Realistically, if you walk into a bathroom, right, and most of our, at least as a male, most of our stuff is handless, right? You don't touch anything but yourself. You go in, hit it, and then you hit the hand sanitizer on the way out.
You better talk. You better say this ended, and I mean washing my hands at the end of
What's the difference between hand sanitizer and soap?
I'm gonna tell you right now because I'm.
If you get pee on your hand,
if you pee on your hand, you got to wash your goddamn hands.
Listen. I'm on the CDC website. They gonna tell you right here.
He says he doesn't touch himself when he uses the restroom.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
Oh, you that guy? You the guy? You this guy?
Yeah. So he zips his pants.
Superman pose.
He just
put it back in.
It flops out and he just does his thing and then he flops it back in.
Get some snippet from the CDC.
Tell them what the CDC say.
They say, wash your motherfucking hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Especially after going to the bathroom with your nasty ass. Before eating and after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing and acting like your shoulder is good enough. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Always wash hands with soap and water if hands are visibly dirty. So if you got debris, that shit means nothing.
I mean, no, because it's still going to be on there.
And they say if that soap and water ain't available, they're not saying use that as your solution.
I think they talking about
that's the problem that I have.
And that is a last resort. What he said is don't do this.
They said
if you ain't got shit else, then you can use hand sanitizer.
No, I think hand sanitizer is in between. Like from me walking from here to there, going to the couch, I touching your furniture and shit.
Wash your hands.
I think you throw some hand sanitizer on.
Okay,
if we doing this, wash your hands.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you
out
can
in the yard playing. Wash your goddamn hands. You go wipe your ass. Wash your goddamn hands.
But that's what we're saying is that like some people are skipping the washing your hands and thinking that hand sanitizer is
simply as a compliment.
Yes, they're not using it as a compliment. They're using it as the main course.
I will say this. This whole coronavirus has brought a new, renewed invigoration to washing your hands. I've seen over the years, I see people who go in and they coming right back out. And I've seen more people these days washing their hands recently.
Now we just got to get them to 20 seconds.
Exactly.
Just
you know what I'm saying?
Because all they do is get the germs in bath. They go, y'all don't seen that dude. He walk in, he see, oh shit, y'all washing y'all hands. He go, and he out. No,
I know. I see that dude who y'all washing your hands? All right,
yeah. That's what he do. He turned on that water. He hit it for about 2 seconds, and he don't know the procedure. So he looking at y'all, and then he like, "That's good enough." And then he just be like,
or he let the water hit him, and then he wait for y'all to leave, and he just like cut it off and leave. Like, oh, that's what we doing now. We just gonna let the water hit you.
My favorite story is I was at work, right, and I saw a guy went in the bathroom, used the bathroom, came out, then I washed his hands first. He was on a manager level, so he got to serve Thanksgiving meal.
Man.
And tell me why
you giving something to somebody else.
And tell me why they put him on the macaroni and cheese.
I'm out.
Well, they got some cheese, all right.
We wanted the macaroni. Look, you know us as love macaroni and cheese. Why he got to serve?
I'm out.
Hey, man,
I cried, man.
He part of the broader plan to take them out.
He washed his hands. Y'all didn't see him. He had to, before you finna serve somebody some food, you got to go.
That motherfucker didn't wash shit.
Just because you morally and legally have to, don't mean that people going to.
He at least gave him some gloves.
Not only that,
they didn't give him no gloves. I didn't see him wash no hands.
Why he probably didn't wash his hands, and you probably be surprised how many of your food servers don't wash their fucking hands. Yeah, they're not washing their hands on a regular. They might wash their hands sometimes, but not as much as you think they should do. Given
not as much money as they touch.
Yeah.
Just period, like and all that. Yeah, they don't.
It'll be cocaine and ass and all kinds of things on money. And you think they?
You sure have some interesting uses for money.
Strip clubs.
Yeah, I use it for cocaine, ass, and
strip clubs and tooting up your nose. That's one of the biggest uses for dollar bills these days.
And that, my friends, is why I don't touch ones.
But you too good for one?
I'm too good for that. I can only touch them.
Oh my God! Is that a dollar bill?
You have a full 5.
Is that a dollar bill on the ground? I'm not.
Do you have a case?
I'm sorry. I would much rather have 4 quarters. Give me 4 quarters. Thank you.
He go home. He's washing his quarters. Niggas is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not touching dollar bills with their hands.
I've learned that this dollar bill makes chairs and people vibrate.
Hey, real talk though. You know how they talk about laundering your money? You can legitly wash your money and it'll be fine. If you feel like that type of way about your dollar bills, put them shits in the fucking laundry. They'll come out crystal clean. Dry them bitches off.
That's what I did the other day.
What you do?
It's off topic. I found $7 in my pocket.
Hey, bro, ain't
that shit amazing? Ain't it fucking amazing?
Great though, don't it? You be like,
look at
shit,
God.
I forgot.
I'm like, is this $5? What did I do to deserve?
I know
this?
you be like, my irresponsibility makes me feel responsible.
And then you ever be sitting there and you're like, man, I lost my money, and then you forget about that shit later on, and then you need
jacket
that
you ain't wore.
You need that shit. You find it. You like, oh, for real? Look at God! I needed this $5.
Hey,
a little Negro says come through for me.
Exactly.
Because I always find money in my coat. Because you typically you have.
That's
money
usually where I find
you take your coat off at the end of winter, and you just never put that bitch back on. So there's all kinds of stuff in your coat. Come back next year, oh man, I got a Snicker.
I usually find something I was looking for.
Ashy ass Snicker bar.
Oh man, where was that day?
Yeah, what was I doing that day?
Oh, I found some Jolly Ranchers.
You found $7. That is an odd amount of money to find in your pocket.
No, I feel you though. One time I found a 20. I was like, "What the fuck was I doing?"
How did that happen?
Like I found a 20.
No, you ever be disappointed in yourself that you forgot the 20?
Like, I
forgot $20.
How rich am I? I can forget
I don't say that. I don't never say I ain't got there yet. But I'd be like, why did you leave? I'd be actually talking about like, why did you leave $20 somewhere? Like, you know better than that. Like,
every dollar counts.
But when you find 5 or 6, you be like, hey. But then you find
I'm like,
20.
I was trying to think to myself,
I just don't like you like that.
$20 is the.
What did I buy?
$20 is like, are things going on with you in your life?
It's the adult dollar. Remember when you were a kid and $1 was like, oh, I'm rich.
Word.
Now that's $20. $20
like
is
the starting point.
Yeah, like a starting point.
You being like, whoa.
I'm in it to win.
20 will make you. People will.
You'll pause.
You pause. So somebody offer you something, even if it's ridiculous. They be like, "Hey man, I want you to come by and help me move. I give you $20." You may say, "Fuck you, that's too much. That's not enough money." But you would
$20 at least
consider
make
that
it entertaining.
Yeah, like I give you $20.
I could actually. I can buy some.
It depends. Are we moving? Are we moving boxes? Are we moving furniture?
Like, bro, are we moving your furniture? Because I'm gonna need more money.
$20 is at least the start of the negotiation point. If you get me with a I give you $20, you be like.
How much am I moving? Is it a lot? Is it a little?
Okay.
Let me come scope it out.
Then you like for $40, and I only move the big stuff. I'm only moving couches and beds. Couches, beds, and
all right, for $40, I move everything except the couches and beds.
Are you? Look, let me come over and give you a free estimate before we go.
Let me eyeball your dresser. Did your grandmother give you this dresser? How old is this dresser? It's made out of real wood.
Solid wood.
This is maple.
Exactly. This is maple.
I think you need to hire 2 men in the truck.
Oh, this is maple. I don't have a maple back. Like my back ain't built for maple. My back is built for pressed wood and plywood.
Y'all look crazy.
Yeah, we crazy. I don't even know. I don't have nothing else on deck. So unless y'all got something,
else?
I got something interesting. No, I mean we can talk about Nate Woods, but that shit is fucking a 30-minute conversation. If I start talking about, Nathaniel Woods, we're gonna be doing this shit for another 20 minutes, and we're already at 53.
Then don't talk about him.
Is that the dude that died because somebody else shot somebody?
Yeah, he was at the house, but because of the accomplice rules in Georgia, and let's just mention this.
Where Stacey Abrams lost.
Where Stacey Abrams lost.
Super.
Not Georgia. Alabama.
Oh, that's even worse.
Alabama.
Where we got Doug Jones, good Democrat.
Yeah.
But how did the child molesters still get like 600,000-700,000 votes? I was like,
my grandma and granddad from Scottsboro, Alabama. Alabama ain't shit.
No, they like. Not only is it ain't shit. Alabama has the toughest. One of the toughest.
Bro, do not go to jail in Alabama.
Laws in the country.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't give a damn about Nathaniel Wood. It's like that nigga did it. What the fuck? Whoa! We can't talk about this at all. Okay.
I used to live in Alabama.
I'm sorry.
Which part?
I lived in Pelham, Alabama, which is outside.
Oh, okay, I know what you're
Birmingham.
talking about. Yep.
Lived there for about.
You been out?
Yeah. Well, my people from Scottsboro, but
my people from like small town outside of my
but
family.
no,
That's
tell them
acres.
they like sell. There's this dealership that sells a whole bunch of cars out of there, and it's right by Birmingham. And one of my homeboys bought one, so I just knew where that was.
If zombie apocalypse was to pop off, I mean, I got 500 acres in Alabama. That's where I'm going. I don't know what you niggas is doing.
Wait, you got 500 acres?
Well, I don't have 500 acres.
Your
My family has 500 acres, and I am always welcome. What happened is my great granddad.
Somebody did right for everybody else.
No, that nigga was such a good shot that the white folks didn't fuck with him.
Oh, okay, so they just said you can have this.
Yeah, they was like, you come on his land, and he put one right through your eyes, and it's like, okay, we're gonna leave you alone.
That trigger's crazy.
Exactly.
That trigger game he has.
Exactly. So if it goes
Those crazy triggers are over there. You might back here.
Oh, you one of them Negroes.
Triggers are the wild.
You're good.
Good.
So, I mean, all that to say, don't go to Alabama. They had the accomplice law. Accomplice law meant that if you are with someone when they commit a capital crime, you can be charged with capital murder also.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to shoot anybody.
It's like the accomplice thing, basically. Like,
Yeah.
if you're around,
if you're around,
and you with the homie, then.
But see, they have a law now where like this singularly applies to capital murder. So if I'm with you commit a capital offense, they can execute both our black asses.
Right.
That's
because
Alabama.
it used to. Oh, okay. Versus the old way where you'll get charged or something for being around.
Yeah.
But they're like, probably because in a lot of them cases, like both people like do be in on it. Yeah. But
this case wasn't that way.
Well, I know.
The other guy who hasn't been executed yet wrote a letter was like,
I know he said
100% innocent. He had nothing to do with nothing. He was just there.
Bro, let me tell you something.
He 100% innocent. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
No, have you not read have you not seen, there was some podcast that my wife was listening to. I forget, it's about some guy in Mississippi who was basically being tried for the same crime like 7 times. And guess what?
He's in Mississippi.
And they're about to try him again for the same crime.
I'm in Mississippi.
Even though
the state of Mississippi.
Even though several people have refuted stories, changed their mind, proved that he wasn't there, proved that somebody else then did the shit. And they're still about to try my man again.
What the fuck is happening here?
He done pissed off the wrong person, and they got a vendetta, and they don't want to be
You
wrong.
got to remember,
yeah, basically, you had a certain
some
point.
of these places had these people who were in charge of it before it was the United States of America.
I want you to
like the state we live in.
You talked about this yesterday. Remember you were talking about how it ain't been that long ago that we got black people got their shit rights and things like that.
Bro, my granddad got to start voting when he was 34. I'm 34 now. That shit's creepy.
The motherfuckers who were around who didn't want your granddad to vote
are
still here. And
They
the kids
alive.
they raised are still here.
Yes, but you know who they actually influence that people don't realize? The grandkids are the ones that are going to cause the problems because that's who they train.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You worried about they sons and daughters. That's not who you need to worry about. The ones you send them to your kids with to school, that's who they teach you.
it's true. That is true.
And they'll teach them to be nice to you and say all that friend stuff matters. And then when the shit hit the fan, they'll be like, let's get down to business.
Malcolm X talks about this. He talks about white liberals and that the one thing you can say about a white conservative is he's like a wolf who show his teeth, and you know exactly where you stand with him. He's like, yo, don't fuck with me. I will do this. But the white liberal, he calls him a fox because they will smile in your face, but as soon as you turn your back,
That was the same
Bite
thing
you in your
that
ass.
Bite you in your ass.
that was the same thing that MLK they won't release tapes said. He was like, bro, he was like, y'all worried about the KKK. These folks that'll sit up there and be like, is the people you need to watch out for.
Yeah. That's why when Bernie says he used to march with
I'm like, no,
Dr.
you
King,
didn't. Not like
I'm
that.
like, did you really?
Bro, all I know is when I watch
Did you march in the nice rally?
Exactly.
The one that was in Washington D.C.
Or did you get a water hole turned in your black ass?
all I need
Did
to
you
know
get your wing split in Selma with my boy?
Exactly.
all I need to
You
know
down?
is I watched the YouTube video where MLK ended up with wrestler eyes because he got fed up, right? And he was talking about all this stuff. He was like, we coming to Washington next week and we coming to get our check. And then he got killed the next week. after the gangster video.
And this is why I want
you get real
a history podcast about
you get
Black
real,
history.
you get
That's
gone.
shit like this. It's why you want to do that, because you want to shine light on this kind of shit.
No, most people is way more gangster than people. Like, yo, they put these people up for the kumbaya effect, bro. Like, most of these people are on the same wavelength.
This is one of the reasons why I hate about Black History Month, because every Black History Month, you get somebody telling you what Martin Luther King would have wanted, who didn't know Martin Luther King, who not going through the struggle, who don't understand. They're like, is Martin Luther King's dream? What the fuck do you know about Martin Luther King?
Or they only know just a small snippet, not the full extent.
Or I didn't know the sound bite. I didn't know that I have a dream speech.
Well, like, had he still been alive, like, if he was still alive now, he'd be the same age as my granddad. Like, I can actually go talk to him and ask him about this stuff. And then he even gave me the lowdown. He was like, it's kind of just not like how it
went down.
Yeah, because he was talking about, he used to work in a factory, and because of what time it was, like, somebody came up and just used to, like, kick black people, right? And so he said they did it to one of his partners, and then they did it to him. And he was like, and you know, we would be thinking, oh, it's racist. He was like, he wouldn't even think about none of that stuff. He was just like, yo, he was like, I know I got 2 mouths to feed at home. He was like, but I'm a grown man. I ain't accepting that. He's like, and he kicked the dude back, right? He kicked the white dude back. And he said, dude, face turned red. He got all embarrassed and did that. So they, white people.
Yeah.
The next day, someone was like, hey, I heard you kicked such and such. He was like, I kicked him, and if you kick me, I'll kick you too. And he was like, and dude just walked away, and no one ever messed with him again.
This crazy motherfucker kicking me.
This nigga's crazy.
That's what's in here.
Crazy.
That's why I just be like,
let me tell you what it's gonna be.
no.
Okay.
Crazy motherfucker.
I guess that's what we can end this, because my phone is getting ready to fucking die, or it has already died.
Yeah, we crazy motherfucker kicking
We're not even recording on there. We just on computer.
Yeah, we just on the
We out. We out. Peace.
Adios, amigos.